Hi, in today's video, we're going to answer the question, how to change your mindset about your body. So many people have such low self-image about how they look. Too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm not strong enough, whatever it might be. So we're going to take a look at how you can shift that mindset about your body. So stay tuned for that. The first part of this video, we're going to talk about how self-compassion and practicing that can help shift that mindset. Number two, we're going to look at your self-perception, how it's formed and how you can change that. Third part, we're going to talk about the practice of gratitude and how to apply that to your body. Fourth part of this video, we'll talk about holistic health and how shifting your perspective on just appearance to overall wellness and fitness and well-being. And lastly, we're going to take a look at somebody from real life who had to deal with a negative mindset about their body. So self-compassion is essentially treating yourself kindly and filling yourself with good thoughts, some positive beliefs, reframing negative, interrupting those negative patterns of thinking, that negative self-talk that you can have about you. And when you begin to shift that thinking and fill it with some more positive, being kind to yourself, all that, it will actually begin to transform your body, okay? You will begin to carry yourself differently in little subtle things like that, in how you feed your body, how you take care of your body. Subtle little changes like that will actually begin to transform part of your body. So you might think that's too simple, that won't be enough. Sometimes the simplest things are the most powerful things to do. So that's where you begin. Self-care, thinking positively, interrupt the negative patterns of thinking. This is true with so many of the videos that we cover around mindset. But the power of that is profound. So again, right, and if you've watched enough of my videos, you know belief systems are crucial. So what do you believe about your body, about your looks, about who you are physically? Those beliefs you got to take note of. You got to figure out which ones probably need to be changed and dropped and let go of, right? That's self-perception of who you are is really important to take inventory of and address and deal with. So how do you change your self-perception? How do you change what you think about yourself? It goes right back to these beliefs again you have. What labels have you given yourself about what you look like and how you associate to your own body? You need to look at those, identify those, and if they aren't supportive, you got to change them, right? That's where you begin. When you begin to make those changes, some little subtle habits will begin to change, right? Just how you begin to take care of your body will change from simply changing who you think you are in relationship to your body. So that's one of the very first things you need to do in order to change the self-perception you have. So along with that, you need to begin to think about what you are thankful for in relationship to your body, right? So if you think you don't look pretty enough, or you aren't muscular enough, or you're too short, or too tall, or too thin, or too fat, or whatever it is, right? You need to begin to look at what you are thankful for. Like, you can almost always think of somebody who has more problems with their body than you have, right? So you need to begin to take a look at whatever is working well in your body, whatever is good, and be thankful for that. Again, little things like being grateful for what you do have can seriously impact positively your overall outlook about your own body and therefore your own health and fitness and well-being that emanates from those essential beliefs. All right, so I've got to come to a hard part of this particular video because there is a movement, I guess you might want to call it, that people need to be very careful about body shaming somebody else. So why do I bring that up in this about beliefs that you have and about your mindset, about your body. So you might have some genetic predispositions to being larger and to metabolizing your weight differently. And that's okay. But when we're talking about your mindset around your body, we do need to think about those beliefs you have, as I mentioned earlier, but its impact on your health and well-being. So in other words, if you are overweight and you say, oh, that is just who I'm a large person, and you begin to try to think positively about that, that can have a negative impact on your health and well-being. So you really got to kind of weigh this out about these identifying labels that we talked about and what's good and healthy for you physically, right? So it's not about a beauty factor. It's about health, fitness, longevity, maximizing your ability and energy levels and all of those things, and how that is associated with what you believe about your body. So yes, beauty plays into that, right? That's where a whole lot of people begin to struggle. But there is a point with this positivity aspect where we've got to be careful not to go too far in accepting our bodies as something that is when it is unhealthy. All right, so that had to be said. It's not a judgment on my part for whoever's out there, but there are people who are just naturally big and large bone and large structure and metabolism weight a little bit differently, and then those who are overweight, and you need to address that. All right, let me briefly give you 3 real-life examples of people who've had to deal with their mindset about in relationship to their body. First, Joseph Minnick, better known as the Elephant Man. There's a movie made about his life. He lived in the 1800s, had severe deformities. You can look him up. You'll find some pictures of him. But he was exhibited as a part of a freak show because his deformities were so bad. That's a real severe example of somebody who had to, try to deal with that. And he fell under the care of a kind medical doctor who helped him get out of that whole freak show, bad situation, and live his life in relative comfort, and deal with the emotional aspect of such severe disformities. Another one similar to that is Nick Vujicic, who's a highly sought-after motivational speaker, sought after throughout the world, has spoken in front of millions of people, and he was born with no arms and no legs. So he had obvious challenges, mindset issues related to his own body. And when he was young, he was bullied a lot and made fun of and had to deal with all those things. But when his mindset shifted, his life took off and went in a whole nother direction. And now he's a highly sought after motivational speaker who's impacted positively millions of people. Lastly, I want to talk about Adele, the singer, who battles with weight, began to change when she began to reframe her thinking and began to focus on health and fitness and the importance of that. And when she shifted her thinking and began to think more about that value and the importance of doing that, her mindset around her body began to change, and then her body itself began to change. So those are 3 people who had all had to deal with mindset issues related to their body, different contexts, from deformities and birth defects to just their own body image and what to do about that body image in relation to health and fitness. I invite you to subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos. In particular, you might be interested in checking out the video, How Can a Growth Mindset Impact Mental Health?